Hi everyone, thank you for joining me on the first installment of FreeRTOS On Demand video, where we cover the topics that are requested by you, members of the FreeRTOS community. I'm your host, Rashid Talukdar. In this episode, we're going to briefly talk about our latest November 2020 release, as well as what you could expect from the upcoming LTS release that's right around the corner. To talk us through these topics today, I have none other than the founder of FreeRTOS, Richard Berry. Richard, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for the invite.
So, diving right in, I had a chance to take a look at some of the new core prefix libraries that are being provided for the community, such as core MQTT, core HTTP, and core PKCS libraries. And I have to say, I saw some really big changes with these new libraries. The code looks much simpler. I didn't see any dependencies. It seemed like it was completely decoupled. There was reduced memory usage, and seems like there were different mem safety tests that were run as well. Can you guide us through some of the reasoning behind these shifts, and also what the benefit the community might see and come to expect from using them?
Yeah, sure. So as you know, we've been working on complete IoT reference integrations for some time. These are integrations of everything you need for mutually authenticated cloud connectivity, so secure cloud connectivity, such as when you're connecting to AWS IoT. But more recently, we've been thinking about how can we make those generic protocols like TCP, MQTT, HTTP, as really as value as possible to the entire embedded community. And as you say, we've done that by decoupling the libraries, first of all, to make sure they stand alone. So there's no dependency on FreeRTOS even, no dependency on threading even, and also bringing them each individual library into their own repository in the FreeRTOS account in GitHub. So we're making them available to or exposing them to the entire FreeRTOS community. It's MIT licensed, right? So we hope that people will run with these libraries. Um, like I say, the base functionality. This is why we have this core branding. So if you look at something like MQTT, the multi-threading is actually handled by encapsulating that library inside its own agent task. Think of this as a kind of a daemon task in the background. So it's all serialized. So you can use it without multi-threading. You can use it with multi-threading by running it in its own task. And maintaining that simplicity has also allowed us to make sure that we can more easily comply with things like MISRA coding standards. And also, thanks to Amazon's backing, of course, we have access to a lot of the automated reasoning group within Amazon who are providing memory safety proofs, like you say, which now run as part of our tests. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's all MIT licensed code. And everybody in the community benefits from the work that we're putting in.
Oh, that's great. So I think it's safe to say that the work that the FreeRTOS team has done so far is to not just provide increased flexibility and usability, but really we're trying to improve the trustworthiness of our code, right? I'm personally curious to see all the unique ways that the community ends up using these libraries, right? Because as you mentioned, since it's decoupled from the FreeRTOS kernel itself, the community is free to do really whatever they want to, right, and need to. So I think that's going to be a huge advantage for anyone looking to use these libraries. A question that I had too is, should the community expect to see even greater decoupling and simplification, especially as we roll closer towards LTS from the other libraries, or and what will it mean for some of the reference integrations as well?
Well, so we maintain the same design principles for all future libraries as well. And they're in the individual libraries are in individual repositories in the FreeRTOS organization within GitHub. The reference integrations are still in the AWS GitHub. So those reference integrations will also submodule in those libraries. So the reference integrations will get updated as well. So they're using the latest versions of the libraries, but as I say, as submodules rather than being like copied in there.
Yeah, well, that all sounds really great to me, and I truly hope that the community ends up being as excited as I am to see what's in store coming up in LTS. So, With that, thank you so much, Richard, for joining us and quickly sharing your insights about what the team's been up to and where we're going.
Yeah, thanks for the invite. It's been my pleasure.
Well, that's all we have for this episode. Thanks, and stay tuned for more. Now, if you have any other topics that you would like to have covered, make sure to go to the FreeRTOS community forums on forums.freertos.org and post up your questions and topics that you'd like to see. And also, like any other video these days, make sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to get all the latest updates. Bye now.